Do you understand English perfectly, but still freeze when it's your turn to speak? You know the words, you know the grammar, but when someone says, "What did you do today?" your mind just goes blank. It's frustrating, right? You've studied for months, maybe years, but when you try to speak, your tongue stops working. You start thinking in your native language, translating every word, and by the time you find the right sentence, the moment is already gone.
Don't worry. In this video, I'll help you break that problem completely.
You'll learn how to speak English naturally and confidently using something you already know better than anyone else, your own daily life. By the end of this video, you won't need to memorize dialogues or grammar rules. You'll be able to describe your day, your thoughts, your real life in clear, natural English. So, before we start speaking together, let's talk about why this topic is so important and why it's the easiest way to start thinking in English. Many learners think they need to learn difficult grammar or a big vocabulary first. But here's the truth. You can start speaking English today with the English that's already around your daily life. When you talk about your own day, it's real, it's personal, and it's something you already know very well. You don't need to search for new ideas or complicated topics, because your life is the topic. For example, you already know what time you wake up, what you eat, where you go, and what you do in the evening. All you need are simple, correct sentences to describe it. And that's exactly what we'll build together in this lesson. Now here's something very powerful to remember. When you describe your day, you're not just practicing English. You're training your brain to think in English. When you describe your own day, you begin to think in English. You start forming natural sentences automatically without translating from your native language. And that's the secret to fluency. So don't worry about mistakes. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Every sentence you speak takes you one step closer to confident English. You don't have to speak perfectly. You just have to keep speaking. All right, let's look at a simple example of how people describe their day in English. Imagine someone asks you this very common question. What did you do today? Many learners get nervous when they hear this question. They think, oh no, I don't know what to say. But actually, it's very easy if you just describe your day step by step. Let me show you how. I woke up at 7 o'clock. I brushed my teeth and took a shower. Then I had breakfast, just coffee and toast. After that, I went to work. I answered some emails, attended a short meeting, and helped my team. I had lunch around 1 o'clock. Then I worked again until 5. In the evening, I went home, watched a show, and relaxed. These are short and easy sentences, but together they describe a full day. That's the power of simple English. It helps you speak clearly and naturally. Notice how each sentence uses the past tense. I woke up, I went, I had, I watched. That's because we're talking about something that already happened, today or yesterday. But here's the good news. You don't need to think too hard about grammar right now. Focus on telling your story naturally. Start small. For example, I woke up. I went to work. I came home. Then, as you get comfortable, add more details. I woke up early because I wanted to exercise. At work, I had a busy morning, but I enjoyed my lunch with friends. In the evening, I listened to music and read a book. That's how your English becomes more natural. So next time someone asks you, "What did you do today?" don't panic. Just think about your real day and speak in short, clear sentences. You're not just memorizing phrases. You're learning to describe real life in real English. So now you understand how to describe your day, but how can you practice it every day? The answer is simple. You don't need a partner, a teacher, or a classroom. You just need a few minutes, your voice, and your day. Let me show you a few powerful ways to practice speaking English by yourself. Tip 1. Ask yourself simple questions. Every day, ask yourself small questions in English, like, what did I do this morning? What did I eat for lunch? Where did I go today? Who did I meet? You already know the answers, so you don't have to think too hard. Just say them out loud, slowly and clearly. For example, this morning I had breakfast with my sister. In the afternoon, I studied English for 30 minutes. That's it. That's real English practice. Tip 2. Talk about yesterday or today. If you're too tired to speak about today, talk about yesterday. You can say, yesterday, I went shopping. I watched a movie. I cleaned my room. This helps you remember and use everyday vocabulary, the kind of English that's most useful in real life. Tip 3. Record yourself.
This one is most powerful.
Take your phone, open the voice recorder, and talk for 30 seconds about your day. Then listen to yourself. At first, you might feel shy. That's okay. Everyone feels that way. But when you listen, you'll start to notice your pronunciation, your speed, and your progress. It's not about judging yourself. It's about learning from your own voice. Tip 4. Grow slowly. Don't try to speak perfectly from day one. Start small. 1 sentence today. 2 sentences tomorrow. A whole story next week. That's how real fluency grows slowly, naturally, and with confidence. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. Just a few minutes every day can completely change how you speak and think in English. All right, let's begin the day. Let's talk about the morning routine, what we do after we wake up. We'll start with simple shadowing practice. That means you listen first, then repeat after me.
I'll speak slowly and clearly so you can follow easily. Ready? Let's go. Listen first, then repeat after me. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I stretch my arms. I get out of bed. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I have breakfast. I check my phone. I leave the house. Perfect. See how natural that sounds? These are the exact sentences you can use to describe your morning in daily English conversation. Now, let's make it more interesting with a short story. Listen carefully. I'll read a short story about someone's morning. Try to repeat each line after me with the same rhythm and tone. Let's begin. Every morning, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I stretch, smile, and say, "Good morning." I brush my teeth and take a shower. Then I get dressed and prepare breakfast. I usually eat eggs and toast with a cup of coffee. While eating, I check my messages and look at the weather. After breakfast, I pack my bag and put on my shoes. I leave the house and walk to work. The air feels fresh, and I feel ready for the day. Excellent! You just spoke a full paragraph of natural English. Now let's reflect for a second. Notice how this story doesn't use big or difficult words. It's all about daily life. And that's the best way to learn English, through real situations that you live every day. So here's your mini challenge. After this lesson, record your own morning routine in English, even if it's just 5 sentences. You'll be surprised how fast you improve when you make English a part of your morning. Now, mornings are great, but the day doesn't stop there. Let's move to the next part of your day, the afternoon. You'll learn how to talk about work, study, and everything that happens after lunch. All right, it's afternoon time, the busiest part of the day for most people. Even when you're busy, this is a great time to practice English because you're surrounded by real activities and real moments to describe. Let's begin with a few simple practice sentences about the afternoon. You'll listen first, then repeat after me. After lunch, I go back to work. I check my emails. I attend meetings. I take a short break in the afternoon. I drink tea or coffee to feel fresh. Sometimes I walk outside for a few minutes. I listen to music while I work. I study English during my break. I watch a short video or listen to a podcast. I write down new words I learn. Excellent! Each of these sentences is real, simple, and easy to use when describing your day. You can mix them, change them, or add your own details to make them sound more like your life. For example, instead of "I go back to work," you can say, "I go back to class." "I start studying again." "I continue working on my project." It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you describe it in English. Now, let's listen to a short story about the afternoon. Just like before, listen carefully, then repeat each line after me. After lunch, I go back to work at 1 o'clock. I check my emails and reply to messages. I have a short meeting with my team. Sometimes I feel a little tired in the afternoon. So I take a break and make a cup of tea. I listen to a podcast or watch a short English video. Learning English helps me relax and feel productive. Before finishing work, I write down my tasks for tomorrow. I feel proud of what I did today. I tell myself, "Good job. I'll try again tomorrow." Beautiful work. You just practiced a complete afternoon story with real emotions and natural English. Remember, learning English isn't just about grammar. It's about using English to describe your real life, your actions, your feelings, your progress. Now it's your turn to speak. Pause the video or audio here and try to describe your own afternoon. Start with simple sentences like, "In the afternoon, I usually," "After lunch, I like to," "When I feel tired, I usually." Don't worry if your sentences are short. What matters is that you're thinking and speaking in English. Every time you do this, your confidence grows and your English becomes more natural. You've worked hard through the day, learned new things, and practiced English. Well done. Now let's move to the evening and night, the calm part of the day, when you can relax and reflect. It's also a great time to practice English because your mind is calm and you can reflect on what you've done. Let's start with some simple, useful sentences you can use to describe your evening. Listen first, then repeat after me. I come home at 6 o'clock. I take off my shoes and wash my hands. I cook dinner or sometimes order food. I eat with my family. After dinner, I relax on the sofa. I watch a movie or my favorite show. I talk with my family or friends. I take a shower before bed. I read a book or listen to music. I go to bed around 10 or 11. Well done! See how these sentences describe a full evening naturally and simply? You can change the details to match your real life. That's how you make English your own. Now let's practice with one final short story. Listen carefully and repeat each line after me. In the evening, I come home around 6 o'clock. I change my clothes and take a shower. Then I cook dinner and eat while watching a show. After dinner, I talk with my family about the day. Sometimes I go for a short walk outside. The fresh air helps me relax. When I come back, I read a few pages of a book. I think about what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow. I feel thankful and peaceful. Finally, I turn off the lights and go to bed. Beautiful job! You've just described an entire day in English. think about what you just did. You listened, repeated, and shadowed natural English for the whole day's routine. That means you didn't just study English, you used it. Every sentence you spoke was real English connected to your real life. And that's exactly how fluency begins. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need fancy words. You just need to keep speaking. So today, I want you to be proud of yourself. You listened, you practiced, you learned. That's what progress looks like. If you enjoyed this lesson, remember to repeat it often, maybe once a week. The more you practice, the more natural these sentences will feel. And if you'd like more lessons like this, make sure to subscribe to Fluent English Academy and follow our WhatsApp channel for free daily English tips and short practice lessons. You'll find the link in the description below. Keep speaking, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. You're not just learning English, you're living in English. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.